Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Bagman.
Now let's start the show.
Thank you. Hey, I was trying to come up with something that would be, unrelatable to you, and I got the perfect idea. Why don't I bitch about something that you guys don't really know about, don't really care about, and I'm talking in terms of this show. Like, most of this shit you probably don't care about already. This thing you're gonna be like, I wasted my time watching this episode. I just hit the thing. So, I was like, what can I do? My phone. Yeah, what's the deal with my phone? Well, there's a few things with it. But I feel like everything about it seems to kind of just be geared at this problem. You see, backstory, my old phone was rather similar to this one. And, well, I think, I charged it too much. I left it plugged in too long a lot of the times, and I fucked with the battery pretty hard by doing that. So, nothing wanted to, it didn't want to work. It was just, the batteries got worse and worse and worse, and eventually, I got to the point where I couldn't even take it off of the charger, or it would just die within a few minutes. So, in order to avoid that problem, I've been trying to use this phone better. Use it until, the battery gets low. And then when it gets pretty low, then I'll charge it. And it kind of sucks now because there's some things that are preventing me from really using it well. You see, everything just tries to kind of bring that problem back of a battery issue, I feel like. Like, for instance, a glitch started coming up in my phone where I couldn't turn it off. I'll turn it off and I can just show you. Okay, the battery's kind of low right now, but this, and turn it off. There it goes, it's turning off. Keep watching it, you see there? And boom, oh, that's a weird thing. This little dot left on the screen, okay, well, it'll just shut off in a few seconds, right? I mean, that's whatever, that doesn't matter, who cares, just shut it off. Okay, it's gonna go off, right? It's got to be pretty close. I mean, how long can it take us to be weird graphical error? There we go. See, it's off. And wait, what? No, I shut off. What the? So it doesn't want to shut off. And that's kind of a problem for conserving battery. I leave it on silent a lot because I don't want it to. The volume to turn on or anything, and then so okay, so the battery can get kind of worn out from that because I can't just turn it off. I have to physically take the battery out and then put the battery back in, and then it'll stay off until I turn it on again. But once it's on, it will not shut off. When the battery gets too low and it shuts itself off, it continually does that little animation, that little cycle of going to that screen, doing a little glitch thing, and then turning back on again. And I know when I first discovered that being a really big problem was when I had the sound on because I was waiting for it was a text or a call or something. And I was trying to kind of nap or just rest my eyes before it came in. And I had it sitting there, and it never came in. It didn't, and my phone died. And it made a sound when it shut down, and a sound when it turned on. And then every time between there, it made a noise that my battery's low. So it kept doing that, and making all those noises and stuff, and I had to take the battery out to shut it up, because it was on, the highest volume, and it was annoying the fuck out of me. And then to add on to this battery issue, my back button, the one I have to hold to lock the phone, I have to hold it down for a few seconds and then it'll lock the phone. And of course, it helps it easier to go through menus and back and stuff. It's you need it for that. And everything is slowed down now because I have to hit it kind of hard sometimes. A lot of times now, I have to hit it with a good amount of pressure for it to go back. And it's probably not going to get any better. It's probably just going to get worse. But I'm hoping it stays for a while, so I don't have to resort to stuff like that. Anything terrible. But so then that makes the battery last a little longer just because of the delayed locking it and whatnot, and sometimes accidentally not locking it because I thought I did with the back button but I didn't hit it, so then it just goes off, and it's kind of a hassle that wastes a little more battery. Then of course, on top of that, anytime you hit any button on here, it still lights up the screen and says that it's it shows you a little locked screen thing here and all the time and whatever the fuck, and if you have text and stuff, it'll show that. Thing about that, if you get a text, the screen will light up and it will stay lit up. And it's just for a text, they'll leave that on the screen. I don't know how long it is. If it's a really long time, if not just indefinitely, until either you hit a button to confirm that you've looked at it, until you go in and actually look at it through the phone, or until you get another text or a call or some other notification on top of it, and then after that it'll only stay lit up for an amount of seconds, less time. You can set the amount of time for that, which is the same as the time for this, I believe, this little screen. But the thing is that the timer doesn't affect if you just get one text. If you just get one text, it just leaves that screen up there. So that wastes more battery. I've also made the screen dimmer, so it wastes less battery as well. But again, when it leaves the screen on like that, it doesn't really do me any favors. So yeah, that's pretty much another problem with it. So screen staying on a long time as well, and there's another fun little kicker. If it wasn't enough that the screen stays on long time with one text, and that anytime I bump any buttons on here, the screen goes on, or that the back button is kind of sticky, so it makes me stay on menus and stuff longer than I need to, and sometimes not lock it, and that it won't actually shut off unless I take the battery out. No. There's another little kicker that I found out more recently too, is that noticed. The thing is, sometimes I'm out with my phone, and because I have it on me, and because I want it to die and save the battery so I don't screw it over with a short battery life from overcharging, I sometimes have to leave it as kind of a few bars of battery or something. And I've had it get very low, and to the point where the battery bar is blinking red, and that means it's very low battery, and you should recharge it soon, because it is going to die soon. So you would think that flashing red battery light on the display screen would kind of give you the indication that, okay, you're going to charge it now. But in case you don't see that happening in the corner, the phone decides every few, I believe it's every 5 or 10 minutes or so, the phone decides to remind you that your battery is low. So it brings up a notification, which lights up your phone. It wastes more battery than you need to. So that's kind of fun, Let's just battery's low. What should we do? Well, let's bring up a notification and try to waste a little bit more battery, just in case they don't understand. And so there's even less time for them than there should have been already. It's just a lot of things coming together to be annoying. But other than that, it's pretty good. Phone and everything else works. So what's the deal with that? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal